Good. So this is where we stopped. Just a quick summary of what we did. We went through what is a component, how to create a component. We saw how the Angular app is loaded. Then how we created a component using ngGC, and we created like multiple components and imported those components into the main application. We went through this life cycle. Main few things to notice are ng on init and ng on changes and destroy. And yes, so we created this model. So whatever we type will be sent to this variable, and from this variable we are printing in the HTML. So far we have done. So before I move on to the other topic, my page is not looking good, the menu. So I will try to add some cool menus here. For that, I am going to use the Angular material package. That's a UI provided by the Angular material team. Okay, so this is the Angular material UI, which is based out of the material UI. Material UI is the UI which is used for building the Android applications. Android is designed in material. That's a lightweight, and moreover, material comes from its own parent. We call it as paper tab. These UIs will look like a light UI, very thin and like overlaid. So these are all called material UI. Like now we have this traditional text box, right? And between this text box and the material text box, just the style will be applied. That's all, nothing big. So if you see here, this is a cool text box which does not have a 4 border. Here a text box will have 4 border. Here only 2 border, just a placeholder here and the place to key in the value. So likewise, all the HTML components like checkbox, drop down, buttons, the material team have rewritten those UI in a more nice way. If we use it in the application, it will look more cool. That's all. We can use this text box itself, but I'm going to replace this text box with this input, this kind of input here. Let's try that. For that, we have to install the material, Angular material inside the application. I'll go to Angular material npm, which is the node package manager. Let me just copy this and keep adding to a notepad, so that when I save this video, I can paste it in the description. Okay, so I'll go here. So here is a command npm install. I means install Angular material. So I'll copy this command. I will go to this directory where the project is installed. I'll open up a command prompt. And I'm going to just paste it. Okay, I didn't copy it.
Whatever the things we need, we are going to install that modules and we are going to use it. Right?
Correct. No, this will install all the module. npm I Angular material will install all of these you see in the left side.
Okay.
Everything will be installed. So a checkbox, if you use the Angular material, the checkbox will be like this. You see a small ripple effect is coming when I click and unclick. So all these are cool things. So the date picker, if you can notice, this is same like how you see in the Android phone. So the date picker, this is called the material. The equivalent HTML date picker is there. That will be more plain. So I will install this here. I just have to run this command npm I at angular / material. Let me see if I have installed it already. I remember. Okay, how do we see whether it is installed? We have using the package name. It is inside Angular and material. So if I go to this node module at Angular, if I see a material, okay, it is installed. If I go inside material, you see all the components are installed. Input, icon, a dialog box, which is a pop-up, checkbox, button. So all these components you see in that website, those are all installed and ready for us to use. Okay, then I have this. Let me try. No, in the okay, what happened? Okay, so I have installed it already. So once you install, few things to notice. The installation would have automatically added an entry in package.json. Let's see here. In package.json, in under the dependencies, the material is coming. This has come automatically. Okay, so this is something to note. Once we install, this is ready for us to use. The same way, in one of the session I said about Bootstrap. That is also a third-party provider who provides us a neat UI, a cool-looking UIs. We can also use them. So it's up to us. Mostly in the market now, Bootstrap and Angular are used. So if you want to install the Bootstrap, here is the command npm install bootstrap. The command is here. You have to just install it. I'll copy this also in the notepad. So you should be aware of the multiple UI providers. We also have a React.
Rajesh, here Spring Boot is different and Bootstrap is.
Spring Boot is purely a business logic side. These are all UI, user interface side. In any application, we have 3 layers. An application will have the first layer, which talks with the customer. The second layer, which runs the business logic of adding, multiplying, processing the data, all those things. The third layer, which stores the data. So the third layer is usually the database layer. Second layer is usually Java, PHP, .NET, Python, whatever languages you know, those comes in the second layer. The first layer are usually HTML, Angular, React JS, native script, React JS, React native. Those are all different UIs. So we are only concerned about the UI layer now. We are working in the UI side. Got it?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Okay. So you can also install the Bootstrap if you need. So I have installed it and the package JSON has come in. Next, let us take a input box. So we have an input box here. We need to change this input box. So I'll go to the input here. I'll see here they have given a sample code. Okay. Before this, I have to import the 1 second. Okay, here the steps are given. Install Angular material. So we have done this. Then they have given that this will install the Angular material, the CDK, and will ask you for these things. Okay, I'll copy this. This will be there in the description box. You can pick it up. Then add project dependencies. So that is added. Display a component. Let's say to display a component, we have to import the module in the app module, mat slider module. To use the mat slider component, you have to import the mat slider module. Now I am concerned about the input component. So I'll go to the input. Okay, mat input is the directive they have given. Let us see what is the module name. Okay, here it is not there. Here it is in the API reference. Input mat import a mat input module from Angular material input. That's where we saw, right? It is installed at Angular material input. So here is that the module. Here is the input module. If you see here, so this is what we are going to import. So I'll copy this line, and the modules where we have to import in the app module. That is our root. So I'll go to src. App module. I'll paste here the math input module. After I paste, I have to copy and I have to import act in the file actually. So that is the import statement is for TypeScript. This is for Angular. This import is for Angular. This is for TypeScript to know where the file is. Okay. So once I am done, let me see if the application is started without any error. Compiling. Okay, so it is compiling Angular CDK text input. That's what we imported. So it has started recognizing that we have some additional dependencies. We have added few things. Okay, again, I'm telling this step is not required to learn Angular. You can skip this step and progress with whatever we learned previous week. But learning UI and Angular, I don't want to do that separately. Instead of having a plain old UI, we just spend like few hours in importing the latest UI. That is why we are doing this step. But this is not at all a mandatory step. Okay, so now we imported. Yeah. So we have imported now. Now let's go to example. The reason I'm opening the website and I'm showing you is in my absence, you have to know where to look through it. That is why, otherwise, I know what to import. I could have easily gone here and said you this, but you will forget. Instead, if I am going through the site, I'm working like how you will be working. I'll go to Google, I'll search, I'm going to search, navigate, and see where it is. So by this, your brain will be tuned on how to search for stuff. So in future, you are working on a project and there is a need to import a calendar. You'll know how to go. Okay, here are the components. Let me go and see where there is a component. Okay, calendar is here. Okay, where to import in the overview, it's not there. Let me go to API. Here they have given. So you'll remember, okay, that day he showed that it is there in the API. And now how to use it? I go to the example. So what they have given, input with a clear button. You want this clear button. In the default HTML, there is no clear button, right? So material provides this. So what we do, they have gone here in the TS file. What we have to do, there is no There is no entry, just a value like clear me. Let's put it. I'll go to uh, which any I can take any component. I'll go to the shopping component TS where they have put inside the class, not inside the init. So inside the class, I will paste it. Okay. So this is done. Okay, the app is compiling. No issue so far. App has restarted. No issues. We are good. Now in the HTML, what they have given, there is an input, mat input. You can see this. This is a directive, mat input. Let me copy this and then I'll explain you what is this. The same text, whatever we have given the other day, um, here there is only one difference. Input, input, type text, ng model, my name, ng model value. Everything is same except that this directive is added,
Nothing.
mat input type. So I have to paste it in the other shopping cart. Let me paste it here and let's see. Okay, what is the error? Because I pasted in my cart component HTML, the value is not on the TS file. I pasted here. So it will look for this variable name. This has to be in the TS file. Either
Yes,
I have to
that is
add,
added in the
yeah,
shopping component that here.
correct, correct. So I saved and refreshed. Okay, but it is not coming. Let me see why. Okay, what is happening? Most
Rajesh, here we are trying to get any button type or like that.
we are trying to get this text input.
Okay.
This has to with the same UI. It has to
Okay.
come there. Okay, why it has not come? Let's go to inspect. Maybe I'll go mat label and input. One second. I think I didn't run this command. This is what I should have done.
Add and install both are same one.
Both are different. The reason is the add will install the CDK, which is a component development kit, which is a recent one, and the Angular animation. These are different new modules they have added. So few times if this is not there, then the UI will not come. Once we install it, I'll show you. You'll know the difference why we are doing this.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, Indigo thing. CDK. It's all common. It's all came up. Okay. So this is done. So Angular material slash input that input module. Okay, it still doesn't show up. There's something issue with my machine. I'll check it. Let's keep it pause. Let's pause it here for okay. There is some X socket. One second. X.
Maybe the required model we have to install it anymore.
It's actually only this much we'll do. Hmm. Okay, I'll find it out today, and tomorrow I'll show it. But that's all. With this, what happens is the UI gets converted like this. Instead of like plain text box, we'll get a text box like this in a nice, cool way. One last thing, I'll just try 1 minute. I'll try out something else. Okay, browser module is there. Browser animation module is there. Common module. Let me try one more. No, I'll try it out and tell you tomorrow. So let's proceed with the concept for now. Let's have the same text box for now. Okay, so what we did, we have three components now. Inside one,
Rajesh, here the model is executing in the terminal.
no, it is done.
Okay.
Compiled successfully.
Okay.
Okay. There might be something very small issue in my system. I'll find it out.
Okay.
So, okay, so let's continue with this with the next step. So we have three components inside one master component, correct? So you all have it in the same way we did till Friday. Now I have a text box here. Okay, where is this text box? Inside inside where it is? This one I added recently, right? My cart, shopping cart, correct? No, inside shopping zone then. Okay, no. Oh, menu then. Okay, where is my updated insight? Updated insight. Where is
You can see menu component.html.
no menu also it's not there. My cart. Okay, here it is.
It's
This is what it is.
Yeah, my cart only.
Yeah. Okay. So today we will see one of the important fundamentals of Angular. Now we have these three components, four components, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4 components. All these components are inside a master component. Now these components must talk to each other. We have to pass values between these components. Only then having multiple components will be useful. What I mean is when I change a menu, the other component should change. When I select a product in the shopping cart zone component, in the my cart component, automatically the value should change, right? So the components must be able to pass values within itself. That is a fundamental. So for that, one of the basic thing we'll see today is how to pass the data from child to parent and parent to child. That we'll see. Parent to child and child to parent. So we'll see from how do we transfer from parent to child. So here, which is the parent, the supermost parent of all the components?
the menu.
No, menu is inside app component. Here only we have all the components.
Okay.
So this is the parent.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. If there is some other component inside menu component, then menu will become parent for that component.
Okay.
So what we will do today is I have this title, a variable is declared. Inside the app component, I am displaying it. Now this will display the title RS of app. It is displaying, right? You can see that, right? Can you see the first line?
Yeah, we can see what else the menu works, right?
Before the menu.
RS app.
Yes.
Okay.
That is coming from this app component, correct? App component, first this is getting printed, then we are importing other components. If I'm going to delete this, only this will be there. You understand this?
Yes.
Okay. Now what is happening? There is a variable which is declared in app component. You forget about all other components for now, only the app component. There is a variable. We can give like my name equal to Rajesh. I have set this value in app component dot html, correct? This variable is declared in app component ts, actually not html, this ts. Now if I change it in the html, it is going to show my name is Rajesh. This is set inside the, okay, I didn't print it, I have to print it, right? String interpolation, I have to print that variable in the app component. It is printing. This is clear. The first line is clear, right?
Okay.
This is the normal which we did till Friday. Nothing new. I just created one variable and I'm printing in its own component. That is what you have to notice. Here I created in PS and its own component HTML. I'm printing it. Now my requirement is inside the app menu dot component and shopping zone component and app cart component, I have to pass this variable and print out there. What I mean is app, here let's say in app component, I have this. This has to be printed in the menu for For understanding purpose, let's color these components and keep, because otherwise you'll be confused. Let's go to menu page, menu CSS. Let's give the body tag as background color blue. Let's see if it is changing to blue. Okay, there is no, okay, there is no body tag. I'll change the my bg and I'll give this in the menu component HTML class equal to, okay, my own style, already we have it. So in my own style, I'll mix it. I'll add background color. So now you know that this is from the menu component. The same way, I will change in my cart component. Cart component, I'll add this, my own style. And here I'll give as red. My cart component, I'll give div class equal to this, and I'm going to enclose the entire. Anywhere you're not following, you can stop me. I'm just coloring the components. Okay, why it is not coming? My cart component, my own style. My own style, red color, it's all correct. My cart component, div is also correct. What is the issue? Is there a global which is applying? Let's go to shopping and see. Shopping HTML. I'll enclose with a div tag. I'll do a, I can give here also style equal to background color green, and I'll push these values inside. Strange, why is it not updating? Shopping works. Okay, it is not even refreshing there. There is some.
Please close it and just the command line.
But why? Usually it will not do like this. Okay. Shopping works. Shopping zone works. Am I running the correct project? Shopping zone works. Shopping zone.
Rajesh, you have two components. One is shopping, another is
Okay,
shopping.
okay. Oh, right.
That's why.
Okay, got it. So this shopping, I'll delete it. Why to create a confusion? Okay, so I have three now. I'll copy this into the my cart also and paste it here and make it as yellow. What is yellow is not known. No? Verify that it's okay. Something is wrong. App component HTML. Shopping zone. Template URL. App menu. Fail to compile. App menu is not a known element. App menu. App component TS. App component HTML. My cart. My cart component TS. Line number 5. So my cart component TS. Line number. Okay, I understood why. Because style we have written it here. Okay, line number 5. What is that? My cart.html. What is it? My cart component.html. Error occurred in the template of.
Just it's a comma or just it's like colon, semicolon.
Here, I can remove this. This is not mandatory. App my cart. That is correct only. But it is not refreshing, I think. There is some error. Error occurred in the template of component my cart component. My cart component HTML5. Template URL my cart component. Okay, in HTML there is some issue. Just now I pasted something, right? Yellow. What? I pasted this only. There's something else. My card component T is line number 5. My card component. My card component T is line number 5. My card dot component dot HTML. That's correct only. Where did you see a semicolon?
No, just thinking just we put comma, right?
So
At line number 5, just with that, just like one comma. I thought it's like semicolon at the end.
Here.
Yeah.
Line number 5, column number 16. Column 16 is here. Type event is not assignable. My card component HTML 8. My card component dot HTML 8. ng model name my name. My card component ts my name is there. Something is strange, right? I did something wrong. I have deleted some file by mistake. Okay, I deleted this. In the app module, did I delete? I didn't remove this. In the folder, I deleted this. Here also, I have to remove the shopping component. Did you understand? I deleted a component. When I delete a component, I deleted a folder here, right?
Yes.
So the reference was still there in the input. It was trying to load and it was throwing error. So
If we create component using CLI, so if I remove the component through
manually,
CLI, it's automatically remove or
yeah, if you remove from CLI, it will remove. If you manually remove the components, we have to delete it. It will be very rare. Actually, once we create, we will not usually delete it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I will give style equal to background color red, and I'll close the div tag at the end of the page. Now we should get a red color. We got it. So we have three components in three different colors. So our aim now is I have a variable which is declared in the app component, which is the outer file, the parent component, and is getting displayed. Rajesh, I have set this value in app component TS. Now I want to pass this variable into three components and print it inside. So for that, we need the syntax to pass the variable is we have to give something like this and equal to like this. So left side should be the right side should be the variable name which we are going to pass. So we are going to assign this variable, and left side variable should be the input value in component. So this has to be declared in the component. So I'll paste here, here. All three can be having, these are all variable name, that's all. I'm just placing it so that you will understand. So now there is an error. You have given input, but it is not there in the input. So I have to go to the menu component to receive it. To receive it, we have the syntax at input, which means there is an input variable which will come any. So since we are using input, we have to import it. If you don't know from where to import, you have to go to documentation and you can import it. Okay, so this is good. The same I have to copy paste in all other components. For now, I'll just remove this. I'll show with one component and you can try it out. So there is no error for now. So what we are doing, I have a variable in app component which is the parent. A parent variable, this variable I am passing to the child component. How am I passing? The child component, when it is getting inserted, when I am creating a child component, I pass it as a square bracket. Inside the square bracket, I have to pass the variable which is there in this current TS, the parent TS. This will be received in the child TS. We'll see whether it is received or not. We have to go to the menu and there is a input variable. If this variable has been received, when I try to print it here, it should come here, correct? See here, it has come. But in the child menu component, I have not declared any value for this. I just, I have not created a variable. I just declared a variable as input, which meaning for this component, this variable will be coming from input. Whatever is coming as input, you use that. And I am printing that in the menu component. So it is printing. If I want to change the variable and I pass a different value, I have to go here, hello, and it will be passed to all the child component wherever I am passing this value. Do you get this?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Rajesh.
Okay. So you can try it out. So I'll paste here. I'll change the variable name. Purposely, I'll change it. Variable 1. And in the child component, I'll do variable 2. So just in app component, I'll copy this. Menu component, start component TS. I'll do as variable 1, and the input I have to copy and paste it. The same way, shopping zone component, I have to paste it here.
Variable 2.
Yes, variable 2. Why? What is
HTML we have not printed.
HTML? It is not mandatory.
Oh, okay.
Maybe numbering. Variable 1. I'll see. In app component PS, no, in app component HTML, variable 1. Okay. Variable 2. Printing in HTML is purely our own decision. I can have a variable, I still need not print it.
Okay.
Variable 2. What is the problem? Shopping zone variable 2 equal to my name. Variable 2 will be inside app zone, shopping zone. Shopping zone. Okay, here I've given 1. It should be 2 here. Do you understand? Or is it confusing?
No, Rajus.
Here it should be 1. Because in my cart component, I am passing it as variable 1. In my cart, I'm passing into variable 1. And shopping zone, I'm passing into. So this variable must be inside this selector or the component. So this should be in this particular component. So now in all the 3, it is displaying. By the way, I did not print right. In HTML, I have to print this. Here it will print. The same way, shopping zone, if I copy this variable 2, and I print it out, here it is. So in all the components, it is printing. Any questions so far? Okay, so this is the first step we are taking towards the complicated journey. So passing between components. So passing from one component to another component. That first component, if it is a parent and it is a child is a second component, how do we pass? If both are child component, that's a different scenario. We will see in a different way. Example, we want to pass values between menu to my cart to shopping zone. In that case, it's going to be different. If my cart is inside the menu, then it is parent child. So if you want to pass a variable across component, which is not a parent child, understood? This technique is for passing variable between a parent and a child component. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so we'll pause here for today. We'll continue it tomorrow. By then, I'll get that UI also get worked up ready. Tomorrow, we'll continue with this.
Okay, Rajesh.
Okay? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you then. Bye.
Okay, Rajesh.